up to the stage. We would like to get Mactive.
Hi, everyone. My name is Michaela Simmons. So a few weeks ago, I actually started Get Mactive really as a way to encourage people to use fitness as an opportunity to really connect deeper with themselves and learn to live in the moment. So really just some context as to how this got started. I was a Division I basketball player here in Pittsburgh at Duquesne for the last 3 years. And there were a lot of things I liked about that experience. It was definitely incredible. But my mindset in the moment, I was really driven by just performance. I was driven by just my results and goals. I was very goal oriented. In a lot of ways, that was very bad for my mental health. But then I met my mentor, who's actually on this call, and she was teaching me how to live in the moment and the importance of just being where my feet were. And the moment I started practicing this and implementing this into like my day-to-day, I really started to alleviate a lot of the pressure that I was actually just putting on myself. So that's kind of when it hit me earlier this year that college itself is actually just a high pressure environment in and of itself. You know, we're always thinking about the next exam, you know, the next semester. And college doesn't really leave a lot of room for college students to just stay engaged in the present. So I got together with about 15 to 18 different strength coaches, athletic trainers, certified trainers. And we went ahead and started to collaborate on content that would really target the mindfulness aspect of fitness so that people can use it as a way to stay centered with themselves. So on the bottom are just some examples of things we've done recently. So this past week was midterm week. So we went ahead and posted some information on progressive muscle relaxation for people to learn how to use their bodies to kind of counter anxiety and calm down and focus. We've also had different segments on how to have goals while also like being present and pursuing them as well, which is pretty much the central theme of the page. So for the budget, I am asking for $3,200, most of which is going to be used for increasing engagement. So things that we can use like giveaways, merchandise, but some of it is also going to be used to actually get resources for high quality content production. So something else that would amplify Get Mactive even more is connection with Pittsburgh's professional teams, and also just some mentorship as well. Just because I actually have no idea how to actually build a brand. So yeah, thank you guys for taking the time to listen. Do you have any questions for me?
Oh, hey, I guess the question I would have is can you address some of the extra challenges being a student athlete? I mean, I think, you know, so much of that was focused on when we fit Simone Biles and the pressures and how that all fits into what you're doing.
Yeah, for sure. So I actually have a unique perspective to being a student athlete because I started my journey as a walk-on. So just that in and of itself, a lot of my identity with basketball, especially coming from high school, my identity was wrapped up in my performance on the court. So if you can imagine going someplace from being like a starter, 4 years varsity in high school, to being a walk-on on a Division I team, that can really take a hit to your mental health if your identity lies in the wrong place. So that's kind of where I learned to kind of reroute my focus, really learn who I am and stuff like that.
I have a question about merchandise. Here at Unpack You, we love swag. So I was wondering what kind of swag that you're thinking about and how we can help you.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, all the athleisure you can think of, truly. I love it. Love gear, but just stuff people can be comfortable wearing. As far as a logo, that is something that I would need help with too, is I'm trying to develop a logo right now. Something that we can obviously put on the apparel and stuff like that.
Well, I'll be excited to see it and hopefully wear it.
Hi, Michaela. I just had a quick question. After looking through your video and your project submission, you mentioned encouraging people to be more in touch with their bodies and increase their health that way. I've seen many different programs about health led by different athletes be focused on having the ideal athletic body. And so I was curious if you were going to be, working on a health at every size approach, or if there was a different way you wanted to approach the idea of physical health for the people using this.
Right. So I think that that's a great question for starters. I'm going to pretty much make sure it's a big thing to me to make sure that Get Mactive is not an aesthetic account. That's not at all where my focus is going to be. It's going to be about connecting the mindfulness aspect of things so that people can really use fitness as a way that it can work for them. So I don't really, all the shirtless pics that people post and everything like that, that's not at all going to be the focus. We do have beginner breakdowns as well. So we have different trainers just really breaking down some of the basic movements that people can feel more comfortable going to gyms on their own and trying it out for themselves too.
That's great. Thank you so much.
All right. Well, instead of playing a video, we have a guest from one of our last cohorts that is in the same space as you that we thought we would bring up. Can we call to the stage, please?
Hey, Michaela. My name is Jalen Falconer, and I too was a Unpack You winner in this past February in 2021 with my project, the Riverville podcast. And I also was a student athlete. I think I remember seeing you around. I also played 4 years of high school, went through some challenges when I got to college athletically, so I can definitely kind of feel where you're coming from. And it feels crazy to call Duquesne my alma mater because I was there for 5 years and this is my first semester actually not being there. So it feels weird calling it my alma mater, but I wanted to personally come and congratulate you for taking the torch and continuing to help spread awareness on mental health through your platform, Get Mactive. I also know the importance of fitness and how it helped my mental well-being with me. So I just wanted to personally come and congratulate you and also congratulate everyone else with their projects as well.
I appreciate it.
No problem.
Absolutely wonderful. And let's meet your advisor now.
Michaela, it was so exciting to hear that you already have some mentors that are supporting you on this call right now, but to provide just even additional support, we're so excited to connect you with Dr. Ian Edwards, who's the Assistant Vice President for Student Wellbeing and the Director of Counseling Services at Duquesne University. He's a strong partner and a mental well-being advocate, and we can't wait to see what you accomplish together.